The Senate of Canada is steeped in history. It's important to note that more and more over the years, the Senate has come to reflect this country's many voices and rich diversity. Established at Confederation in 1867, Canada's upper house provides checks and balances for the country's parliamentary system. Senators are appointed by the Governor-General on the advice of a sitting Prime Minister. There are 105 senators who come from all walks of life and represent all 10 provinces and 3 territories. We profile 4 of these senators who've literally changed the face of Canadian politics and Canadian history. In this segment, we profile Senator Don Meredith, a longtime community activist and anti-crime advocate.
As an African Canadian, as a Jamaican Canadian, to stand in the highest boardroom of the land, there is no feeling like it. I mean, I'm still, every time I walk into the chamber, I'm still in awe.
Senator Don Meredith relives a proud moment when he was first ushered into the Red Chamber. It was in 2010 that he received that unexpected invitation.
I, saw a 613 number come up on my phone, and I said to my client, "Excuse me, I've got to take this call." And it was, "Please hold." It was the Prime Minister's office. We're trying to see whether you would allow your name to stand for the Senate. And I was just absolutely, I was like being nominated for the Oscars.
He describes his conversation with Prime Minister Stephen Harper.
Says, "Don, it would be an honor to have you come and serve on the Hill with us." So for me, it was really a moving, emotional experience to be able to get that phone call and to be able to see that my community activism was being recognized, and the Prime Minister, in fact, of Canada.
Meredith is a business owner, entrepreneur, and ordained minister. He co-founded and is executive director of the GTA Faith Alliance, an interfaith group committed to finding solutions to youth violence.
I started the movement, co-founded the organization in 2002 with other volunteers and other members of the community, because we were absolutely tired of seeing our young men's lives taken. Presided over several funerals. I've, comforted several families, especially single mothers. And for me, it was a sense of, providing leadership.
The 48-year-old admits a life in politics was initially not on his radar, but the values of community service were.
When I was about 26, I got engaged in terms of just volunteering with, municipal politics. And then I began, sort of more engaged with provincial politics. And then I ran as well in 2008 against the former premier of this province.
Meredith is determined to leave a lasting legacy and says his title means nothing to him unless he's using it for the advancement of society.
For me at this level, being a Canadian senator, I now can influence policy around youth. I'm looking at a national strategy on youth right now.
His years of community work have prepared him to engage with those in leadership roles and challenge the status quo, and he encourages others to follow his path.
I embrace this role. I think there's great opportunities here for other African Canadians to come and serve in this capacity. It's a sad thing, though, that is only in the 145-year history of this country, there's only been 4 of us. The late Calvin Ruck, Senator Ann Cools, and Senator Don Oliver, and then myself.
Meredith says more has to be done to recognize the contributions and achievements of people of African descent, not just during Black History Month, but all year round.
We have a right as Canadians, irrespective of our skin tone, we have a right to be here. We are Canadians. And that's, for me, very critical, that that message gets out, especially to our youth. We need to find ways to engage, we need to find ways to encourage, and we need to find ways to empower our youth. And those are my 3 E's. And clearly, I want to see that resonate across this country.
Senator Meredith is encouraging youth, especially in the Black and Aboriginal communities, to call his office to be hosted by him on Parliament Hill. He's ready to create a dialogue and mentor the next generation of leaders. Reporting from the Senate chamber in Ottawa, I'm Heather Seaman.